All right, welcome back to the channel. This is episode 4. I'm just going to say episode 4. Maybe it's not episode 4. If it's not, I'll fix it in this sequence. But this is episode 4 of my Road to $1 million prop firm challenge. Haven't done one of these in a few weeks. Quite a lot to update. We've had some good progress over the last couple of weeks. Seen some nice trades. Bought a new account. So hopefully we're seeing some nice progress coming to the end of August and then into this kind of latter part of the year, which should see us gain some nice traction and see some good price action, hopefully. All right, so this is the updated challenge list. Quickly starting off then, I purchased a new Funding Pips 100k account, which I purchased yesterday or the day before that. I actually stupidly bought the wrong account. I didn't even know how I managed to do this because there were so many accounts. I added a couple to my basket, but then I removed the wrong one. So this is the Flex 2-step, I think, which gives me 12% of drawdown, but a 10% target. Obviously, I just wanted the standard 8% target, 10% drawdown, but they wouldn't let me change it. So that's fine, is what it is. So that account is up nicely, around 2.8%. Yes, I bought it 3 days ago. Just one trade on that one. I think it was an EU long. Yeah, just an EU long. I realized that Funding Pips, you have a maximum of 20 lot position. So I didn't actually risk the full 2% risk per trade that I would. So I only risked about 1.5%, hence this should have actually been a little bit more, but it wasn't, but that's fine. My 200k is still around break even. 50k phase 1 is 5%. That's only got 2% left to pass, and then the others are down 3%. But again, a couple of trades can actually just get these over the line, and with the way price action has been lately, I'm hopeful that I can pass a few of these pretty pronto. I am introducing a little more discretion into my trading. I still have my rules. I still have my criteria of what I want to see, but I'm giving myself a little bit more flexibility when it comes to targets, when it comes to choosing the trades that I want to be in. Because over the years, I initially rushed my process into discretionary trading, and then so I had to unlearn a lot of bad habits. I had to go back to mechanical trading, had to be very mechanical, very strict with my rules. And that was good because it taught me discipline, it taught me emotional regulation, and it helped me to learn patterns, learn characteristics, and eventually build good judgment, good discretion, that now I feel like I'm able to utilize that in the live market without being influenced too heavily. So again, this is something that I'm slightly dipping my feet in. I'm not introducing this across all my accounts yet. I am kind of phasing this in because it would be quite easy for me just to send every account. But again, I don't think that's the right approach for me personally. I do want to just take my time with this, make sure I'm making the correct decisions, build the confidence, build the good habits, build the data, and hopefully, I can start having a slightly higher trade frequency and pass these challenges. So what I'm going to do now is actually break down a couple of the trades that we took from the last couple of weeks that managed to, get some of these accounts in a nice profit. All right, so this is the first trade that I took. The first and only trade I took on my Funding Pips 100k account. This was an EU long on the 18th of August. Kind of breaking this one down is as simple terms as possible. Daily chart, we're moving higher. Monday Monday did open and then kind of closed with this big long wick, but I was still anticipating this higher time frame buy side liquidity up here at around 621. That was my long-term target. Again, price on the daily is bullish, price on the 4 hour is bullish, and kind of when Monday opened, at least on my data set, we saw Monday trade into this 4 hour gap, sweep these lows, and then push higher with aggression. So to me, that signals that price wants to go higher, and this is the kind of protected low here. And at this point, if this broke, then I would, reconsider my bias essentially. So coming into Monday, coming into Tuesday, we had Asia kind of range a little bit and trade down towards this 1 hour gap that I had drawn in here. So we saw a 1 hour sweep. Again, this is a little bit clearer on the 1 hour, but very similar to the 4 hour. We had a 1 hour sweep and then that Monday pushed higher. Then what we saw form is this kind of H1 inversion, which was respected bearishly. And then we broke above that, inversing it with this bullish fair value gap. So to me, this was an area I wanted to look for buys, because what we had slightly above it was this sell side liquidity region. So I was looking for this level to get swept inside a higher time frame POI in line with the higher time frame trend, and then for me to target my 2-to-1 fixed risk to reward, which again is something that I'm wanting to work on, because capping this at 2 risk to reward when my long-term target is much higher doesn't really make sense to me. So anyway, the entry came as always on the 15-minute. So what we saw is a sweep of this low. Again, H1 fails to close below, and same with the M15. We have these nice wicks left behind. We then saw price break above with some good aggression. I waited for the close to confirm this trend change, and then I simply executed when price came back down towards this market shift entry. Again, you could have got a better entry, but I'm not too asked about that. Stops comfortably at the low. Again, we had a 4 hour sweep of this low as well. So a very nice protected low. And I simply targeted 2-to-1. And we did chop around quite heavily before price then expanded on Wednesday. And yeah, it just kind of exploded, obviously off the back of the increase in bond buying by from 2 billion to 4 billion or something like that. So a significant move to the upside, and it's always nice to extend your T-pre so you can see what you would have got. But that was that long trade on the 18th of August. The next trade I took, again, was today, Friday, 21st of August. This was kind of just like a final sprint move, clear draw on liquidity being that previous daily high, clear, internal highs to target, this being this Asia high, and obviously good POIs as well. So we'll start again on the daily chart. Pretty simple, pretty clean here. I had my previous daily high as a nice target. Again, daily's bullish, 4 hours bullish, so I'm just going to try and trade this momentum. I don't think DXY, DXY was fairly similar, these 4 hour sweeps of the key levels down here. So once we had that 4 hour sweep there, again, a little bit clearer on the 15-minute, I was just anticipating that previous daily high. Very, very simple, nothing really too complicated about it. And the entry came after price swept these lows on the M15 inside this 15-minute order block and this 1 hour order block as well. After I saw that nice rejection, I simply market executed after this momentum, stops at the lows, and then I just targeted that previous daily high for about a 1-to-1. So, you know, not a huge risk to reward, but it was a pretty high probable trade in my opinion. You know, everything lined up. I was super happy with it. So when we get these sorts of positions, even if it is a 1-to-1, I'm more than happy to take it, because I'm pretty confident that the strike rate of these is going to be good. And, you know, I have a lot of confidence in the setup playing out, and I have the risk to play with as well. So that was the trade from today, 21st of August. So yeah, that is currently what we're working with. We have $500,000 in funded challenges. Again, it'll be good to get some of these over the line, so then we can start purchasing more accounts as well. I do want to get a few more from other firms, and yeah, get FTMO finally max allocated. If it takes some time, you know, it is what it is. I'm not too concerned. I'm happy to, you know, see price action play out now, see some good moves, and, you know, finally start making some progress and, you know, securing more funding closer to that $1 million goal by the end of the year. If you made it this far in the video, I genuinely appreciate your support. It means a lot to me. I'm glad I can kind of show you the transparent and honest kind of journey of what it takes to pass these funded challenges. So if you did like it, I would very much appreciate a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.